Either way, I'm so excited to be back.
Yes.
Yeah, we're doing it, guys. Like, we're doing the thing. I'm making a show.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Yes.
um,
It's gonna be a good season, you guys.
yeah, it's gonna be a blast. I brought my clapperboard. I don't think anybody can even see it. No.
And go.
And action.
As it disappears.
Yeah. Just like my hope for this show.
Oh.
The Villas at the Disneyland Hotel, November 13th, 2024, 4:30 a.m. Hi, Grady here. So, you may be wondering why I'm at such a beautiful location aside from the normal one we normally record at. That is because tonight was supposed to be a very special STAR GAYZ episode. Because me and Zach, you see, are in the same location here at the Disneyland Hotel. And we are in fact at the 3-bedroom villa at the Villas and the 3-bedroom villa at the Villas at the Disneyland Hotel. And I am showing you this location right now via my cellular mobile telephone. Just a little preview of what that looks like. But we're in the same location, which never happens. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. What's happening there? But we're in the same location, which never happens. And we were going to record our season premiere right here in person. He's supposed to be in the chair right there. However, we had a lot to enjoy beverage wise. And things did not go according to plan. It is right now 4:33 a.m. I am the last man standing. Last of my kind. Recording here solo. All by my lonesome. I set up all my equipment. I set up everything for you. Where's Zach? Nowhere to be found. He's asleep right over there. So chances are the season premiere you're about to witness and or listen to was done by Zoom. Like all our other episodes, even though this was supposed to be extra especial. But sometimes that happens. The important thing is we were in fact in person in the same location, and it just did not pan out. It did not pan out, everybody. But I hope you understand my commitment. First of all, I even wore the Star Wars Spirit jersey. Freaking look at me. If you're on YouTube, look at me. I committed, people. I committed 100% for you. Yeah. But hey, this is what happens. Either way, this season's going to be amazing. It's going to be fantastic. Best season ever. Just so you're aware. But hey, win some, you lose some. He's asleep over there. Did not go as planned, but it'll still be spectacular. But I just want you all to know the sacrifice I have made. But I hope you stick around anyway, because we are so excited to give you the season you are about to witness. So, without further ado, here we are, back to our scheduled programming. You're welcome. Let's get into it. Another season of STAR GAYZ. This is a weird accent I'm doing. I don't know why I'm talking. I guess this is just my 4 a.m. accent. You're welcome.
Are we ready?
Wait, hold on. I know how much you love that, so I just thought like one more time.
Oh my god. Hello
Wait.
and welcome. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. Oh, I should have made tea. Okay.
We have a show to do. Can you?
Yeah. All right. Hello and welcome to STAR GAYZ, where we're not just force sensitive, we're fierce sensitive.
Yes.
Yes, at long last.
I know. Welcome back, everybody. And I hope you enjoyed the special treat that you likely just witnessed, which was, you know what I call that? Work ethic.
What's that?
Where I decided to record, even though it was 4:30 in the morning, to give these people the season premiere they were promised and deserved. I was like, did we promise it? Probably not.
I don't think we did.
But we should have. We promised it with our hearts.
Well, you did it.
Yeah.
Well, I was there. I was not on camera.
In theory, yes.
Yes,
It's okay because we're gonna make up for it in Japan.
it's true.
This is a packed season, everybody. I hope you guys are fucking buckled in because
All three of you.
yeah. As many people as you could fit into a mid-size SUV. Fucking strap in. Because you're in for the ride you've been waiting years for. Today, though, we're talking about the Acolyte. So, the Acolyte is one of the more recent TV series that was on Disney Plus. What are your, because I know we always ask kind of like what your first thoughts about it were. It is kind of recent, but what do you remember about the Acolyte as far back as you can recall?
I didn't really know what to expect. I thought it was going to be something more on the Sith side of things. So I was a little excited about that. Um, just like the name Acolyte, I thought it was going to be maybe something diving into either a Sidious origin or like just before him, or like a culty feeling. But I like things spooky, so I always hope for some spooky stuff. But I was really excited, regardless, to get some more Jedi Sith Force stuff because we've had a lot of not dry, but more like political type Star Wars media, I think, lately. I think Andor was very political. It was kind of more the like it's more like military themed, I would say.
Yeah.
So not so much the mystical arts of the Jedi and the Force. So that's kind of been lacking for me, and that tends to be some of my favorite parts of Star Wars. I know it's not for everybody, and I'm glad that they got Andor and other things, but I was really excited for this.
Yeah. I remember hearing about it. when there was like kind of rumblings about like a show, like a Sith show, like kind of like what you were saying. Um, and then I remember like they just kind of started making it like kind
Mhm.
of out of nowhere. And this is what it was.
Was it what you thought it was going to be?
uh in some ways yes, and in some ways no.
In a good way or a bad way?
Both.
Okay.
Like the most unhelpful answer.
Love that. Very deep.
I feel like sorry, I have hot chocolate in my where the hell is it? It's my Dagobah mug. This is the promo shot.
You drinking blackness.
Yeah. Into my soul.
Sustenance.
Um yeah, no. I mean, I'm glad that we got I think it was a step into what I was hoping it would be, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I know there was a lot of buzz around it being a High Republic era um,
Yeah.
live action, and that was really cool and exciting.
But yeah, I was excited about that. I was excited about the possibilities with that. I don't know if we totally nailed it.
No, because even in
Um,
the sense of High Republic, it was more towards the end of the High
mhm.
Republic. It wasn't really the
Yeah.
like golden age of the Jedi, I would say.
Yeah. But I really liked where they were going. And we'll discuss that. But I just yeah. I love it, but I also um I have thoughts. So
Thoughts and feelings.
thoughts and feelings. So um Zach, if you don't mind giving us like a brief play by play of what exactly happened in The Acolyte,
Okay.
episode per
Well,
episode.
absolutely. So there were a total of 8 episodes in the Acolyte, right? I didn't make that up.
Correct.
Yes. Okay, so in episode 1, Lost and Found, we meet May and
Hmm.
Osha and Master Indara and Master Soul. We meet like everybody.
Yeah.
Um, opens up with this really sick fight to the death. Don't really know why. It was cool. It was really well choreographed. I was a
Yeah.
little stunned that
Trinity
Indara,
Jedi.
yeah, Trinity Jedi. I was so excited about that, and then she dies. I was so like sad. I
Oh,
was
I'm
like, what the
sorry.
fuck?
Fucking spoiler alert, everybody.
Okay, if you haven't watched it by now, that's not my fucking problem.
Nobody else is watching it. We'll get there. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay, so she dies. Spoiler. Um,
Mhm.
and I was super sad because I thought she was really gonna be. I mean, she's in the series like through flashbacks and everything, but I thought she was gonna be a current character, and I was kind of excited for that. So I was a little
Instead of
disappointed.
past tense.
Yeah. So I was a little disappointed. Um, but it kind of sets it up. So the assassin who kills her looks the exact same as the main character Osha, so it's her twin. Um, we get a good look at some High Republic Jedi, their High Republic robes. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, that's good. I mean, it kind of just sets everything up. She gets
Yeah.
arrested for something she didn't do, or we don't really know at that point, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, a good opening, a solid opening. I think it really established the tone very, very well.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
No. What happened in the next one?
In episode 2, I'm so glad you asked. Revenge and Justice. Um, so May, who we know learn is her name, is continuing her attack on the Jedi in no seeming order, but they all seem to be related in some way, shape, or form.
No.
Um, Osha, let's see, is this the one where Osha her ship crashes, or is that in the first one? Oh, her ship crashes in this one, right? She lands on that like
Uh-huh.
frozen
Yeah, like yeah.
system. And
The Clone Wars planet too. I can't remember the name of it.
yes. And then Master Soul takes it upon himself to go find her because he has a special connection because she was his Padawan.
Yeah.
So she's an ex-Jedi for reasons unbeknownst to us at the time.
Ex Jedi.
Also in this episode, May reaches the next Jedi on her hit list, Master Torben, who is just chilling, meditating.
Being Torbish.
Yes, and he's in his little force bubble of non-penetration. And then he ends up willingly taking a poison that she offers him to kill himself. So there's some reason why he understands why she's there, and I guess some agrees with it.
Listen, if I was in the force bubble of non-penetration, I'd fucking kill myself too.
Wouldn't we all? What a terrible place to be. Now the force bubble of penetration, that's the place to be.
Nobody could penetrate Torben.
No. Not for lack of trying.
And we'll see why later. He's a little bitch. Anyways.
Episode 3, Destiny. We get a little bit of a flashback as to where May and Osha came from and why they're kind of special. They're from a tribe of like they're like kind of like witches, like the Night Sisters, right?
Yeah. They're just like a different type of witch.
Yeah. So force sensitive people on this planet.
And this is all from their perspective, right?
Yes.
For the most part.
Yes. So from the kids' perspective on what happens and what's going on. The Jedi show up, they test them as force sensitives. The leader, Mother Anastasia, instructs them to fail the test on purpose. Osha, that doesn't really sit well with Osha, who passes the test, right?
Right.
So the Jedi have a invested interest on why in these two kids, these two twins. We don't really know why they're so invested in them until later, but they're very, very interested. We thought they were just kind of doing their child snatching Jedi ways that they did at the time.
Right.
Moving on, episode 4, Day.
Yeah.
Let's see. Gather my thoughts here. So we have Master, what's her name? The bald girl. Vernestra
Rowe.
Yes. Okay. So Master Soul is telling Vernestra, I think, about the correlation between Osha and May and why that May is May and May is still alive, and why they need to go get her, right? So they have to like find her. Yeah. May is on her way to killing the next Jedi on her list, which is Master Kelnaka, who's a Wookiee.
Yes.
But he's already dead.
Oops.
Yes. There's this really cool jungle scene. They're fighting these like jungle creatures. Very interesting. They're like light sensitive, so they like see their lightsabers or something. And at the end, a helmeted Sith Lord descends from the shadows and attacks Osha and the Jedi waiting outside Kelneka's hut.
Wow.
Ooh, spook. Episode 5, Night. We have probably the sickest Jedi Sith battle scene I've ever seen. Great. You know what was really cool about this is it was super brutal.
Yeah.
Like unforgiving. And this is kind of what I wish Star Wars would do more of. It's very adult. I understand it's not super kid friendly, but it's good.
The kids.
Right. It's not for the kids, let's be honest. So there's this whole battle. A whole bunch of people die. Yord, who's super annoying.
Yord.
We'll have to talk about him. I know we kind of like glazed over some of the other characters here, but this is just a really quick rundown.
We'll get into it.
Jackie, who was super sad, dies. And it's revealed that The stranger, the Sith is Kamir, who we saw in a previous
Oh my
episode. He was like
god.
the stranger.
Surprised is nobody.
Okay, well, I was
Sorry.
kind of surprised.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll get into it
Thanks.
then. Okay,
I guess I'm
cool.
just a dumb fuck. Anyway, um, and May and Osha switch places. So I think
Parent
Osha gets
trap.
knocked out. Yeah. May puts on her clothes, so she leaves with the Jedi, unbeknownst to them, supposedly. And Osha goes with Kamir. She really lucked out, if I do say so myself, because I would also like to disappear with Kamir.
Come here,
Oh, and
come
he's going to
here.
be at Celebration too. I'm really excited. Anyway,
I know, I'm meeting him.
okay, so episode 6, Teach and Corrupt. So this
I'm
is
gonna do a lot of
Osha.
things with him. What?
Go ahead and sip your soulless drink. Your
It's
dark
hot
matter.
cocoa.
Well, it looks like dark matter.
It's hot cocoa.
Okay, so Teach and Corrupt, episode 6. So Osha awakens on an unknown planet with the stranger. Who among us has not? And he, I guess, like starts doing the Sith spiel, right? Kind of like
Yeah.
lulling her.
Buy a dime.
Right. And yeah, I get the feeling she's kind of into it. She's like, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, he's like the hot dude. She wakes up later. He's like, put on my hat. Like,
Right. There's that scene. Oh my god, there's that
yeah.
scene with he in like a hot spring. He like just starts taking his
Yeah.
clothes off. And I'm like, whoa.
Oh, hope
This is
nobody's watching me.
yeah, everyone's watching. Um Other stuff happens, but that's probably the most important part is shirtless Kamir and waking up on the island with the stranger.
Wow.
I mean, other stuff happens too, I guess. Soul is questioning who he thinks is Osha, but it's May, about what she remembers about the
Yeah.
when the twins were split. So that's the other part of the shit that's happening.
Yeah.
But the most important part is shirtless Kamir. Episode 7 is Choice. So this is where we get the other perspective of what happened with that tribe of witches and the twins splitting up. And this is from the Jedi's perspective.
I loved this episode.
And we learned that the Jedi are actually just really fucked up and weirdly obsessed with these two children. Soul particularly is strangely obsessed with these two children.
Yeah.
And they're there to investigate. Is it force anomalies? Like that's a thing that the Jedi are investigating at this time.
They're looking for virgences, which are
thank you.
Like hot spots of the force, basically, where life just kind of all of a sudden radiates from it.
And is it they suspect that one is here because of a hyperspace disaster that happened 84 years prior?
So the planet is supposed to be void of life entirely because of the hyperspace disaster.
I see. Okay.
Which was in the High Republic, and the station broke apart in a bunch of pieces, shot through hyperspace, and then fucking destroyed a bunch of planets.
This like being one of them, supposedly.
Yes.
But there's life on this planet.
Yes, from what they can tell.
That makes sense.
But they don't understand why.
In the 8th and final episode of season 1 of The Acolyte, I don't know what happens here. Kamir's in it. That much I know. Oh, they all kind of converge on this planet. And Venestra goes there too. Venestra goes to kind of like sort out and see what the hell is going on. Yeah. She leaves Coruscant, the Jedi Temple. It's gonna figure out. We learned that Kamir has a connection to Venestra because he has whip marks on his back, right? Yeah, that's like her like signature weapon.
Yeah.
Lucky her. Let's see. Osha kills Soul. Right, she did. And then bleeds his kyber crystal, which is really cool.
That was a big part of the show, actually.
Yeah.
Like, she did what?
Wait a minute. Yeah, okay, I do remember this. And she bleeds his kyber crystal, which was really cool to see in live action. And goes off with Kamir, right? She's kind of like, she belongs to him now. Lucky girl.
I don't know if that's how they phrased it, but yes.
Mhm. That's how I choose to phrase it. That's how I remember it.
Belongs to him. Okay.
Oh, and we got this really sick cameo from Plagueis.
Yes.
Loved that. As someone who has read the Plagueis novel, super excited to see him in live action. Don't think as many people were super excited about that, but I think we'll get into that as we talk
Yeah.
about the audience reaction to Acolyte.
Yeah. We got a very brief Yoda cameo at the
That's
very
right,
end
Yoda
too.
was there too.
So
But yeah, that's kind of the synopsis episode by episode of what happens. It's obviously much more detailed. Go watch it. It's really good. But that's a brief overview. And don't forget about Khmer.
um so overall, listen, I'm gonna finish my hot cocoa and I'm gonna wash it down with a Pepsi. Um
Hashtag not spons, but we're open to it. Pepsi
yeah. I was like, wow. But also eat your veggies, kids. Um
with a Pepsi.
yeah. But let's start positive. What did you love about the Acolyte?
um, I'll be honest, there wasn't a lot about it I didn't love. I really liked a lot of
Oh,
it.
okay.
No, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I do think the things I didn't like, I think I was meant not to like the arrogance and stupidity of the Jedi at the time. Um, this did not okay. This show did not paint the Jedi in a very positive light.
No,
But I
fuck
think
the
that's really
Jedi.
yeah. I think that's really important though because it's a great uh, viewpoint into why how they end up as they do in the prequel trilogy. You know, it's
Mhm.
kind of like they're full of themselves. We can go into Yord. I think Yord's purpose was to reflect where the Jedi
Yord,
are.
Yord.
Yes. Um, I really liked talk briefly about the choreography of the fighting in this show was really,
Hmm.
really, really good. I think some of the best that the whole franchise has to offer. And
Yeah.
I'm really sad that it got the reaction it did because I'd like to see more of it. And then we got some cool, like other force sensitives that we don't really
Hmm.
see in a lot of live action media. Like the witches are really cool. I like
Yeah.
having that confirmed that there's other kinds of force users out there. And outside of Clone Wars and Rebels, you don't really see that.
Yeah.
So that was really, really interesting and intense for me. What about you? What were some things that really stood out for you that you liked?
Um, so I really liked one seeing stuff with the Jedi in it. Because
Mhm.
so much of our content, especially the live action content, is when the Jedi are dead.
It's like a myth at that point.
So yeah. And so it's cool to just kind of see them do their thing, good or bad.
Absolutely.
Hmm. Um, I really enjoyed the casting of this show. I thought people were chosen actually quite perfectly.
I'll agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I really love I'm not gonna attempt to butcher his name, but the Squid Games actor who plays Saul.
Lee Jung Jae.
Yeah,
I'm
that
pretty sure. I am 90%
sounds
sure that's how
great.
I said it. If I said it wrong, I
It sounds
apologize.
great, but we love him. He learned
Yeah.
English for this show. He didn't speak English, and they cast him as Saul.
I think that really I think that really added to his character a little bit that he had such a thick accent. It like gave the
Yeah,
impression that he was from other parts of the galaxy, maybe.
yeah, yeah. I really enjoyed him a lot.
Yeah, he did a really, really good job.
Yeah, um, yeah. I think that's it. I think it's just like I really liked what everybody did, and I liked what the overall kind of intent in terms of commentary on the Jedi and stuff like that. I enjoyed kind of like how layered all that was. A lot of people did not,
You know,
um,
I think
but I
like
enjoyed
when
it.
when I first saw it, I really thought that some of the layering and intent that to reveal those things about the Jedi, I thought that was an actor's choice. So I had issues with the actors at the beginning. But the more I saw it, I was like, oh no, 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 this is all intentional. Like there's a reason. Like there's a reason you're just so obnoxious. Like, and it's not
Hmm.
just it's not the choice of the actor to do that, or if it is, there's an intention behind it, and then I respected it a lot more. My first
Yeah.
inclination though was not to like some of the actors' choices.
Yeah, that's fair. Um, I do think it takes a while to really get going, which
Yeah, it
is,
does. It is kind of a slow start.
yeah, it's kind of like a there's like a formula to like the streaming shows, especially on Disney Plus, where it's like they slowly take off and then they get to a really good spot and then they like kind of pump the brakes and then they try and stick a landing, which I kind of think you should just kind of go for
Yeah, I
it.
think that's why I normally leave these feeling, oh, this would have been a really cool movie or pair of movies.
Yeah. And I will say, I think Skeleton Crew, not to kind of jump ahead, but
We'll get
Skeleton
there.
Crew, I think, yeah, we'll get there. In a lot of ways, I think Skeleton Crew actually improved on that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. And then there's some little things like the lightsabers look a little weird to me in the show. It takes some getting used to for me.
Hmm.
Um, like little things like that.
When we were
Um,
watching it, did you say they kind of look a little more like the ones you can build at Galaxy's Edge
they
versus
do,
how they looked at
yeah.
before?
They're like, yeah, they're just like unusually bulky and they look like hard to maneuver with. And they were testing new lightsaber tech like for filming, which is why they did that. Um, I don't know if it was worth it.
Hmm. Yeah, they do
So
look pretty bulky. And it does look like the one, like the one I built in Galaxy's Edge. It's a higher Republic one, and it is super bulky like that.
yeah, but it's all right. I just wish because it's like right when we got to where I kind of wanted them to go, we didn't get any more of it. It was the very end. It's like, okay, cool. We get the Plagueis stuff, we do all that. But
Yeah.
I think they rolled the dice on like getting another season and teasing that out. And I think they should have just hit the ground running, personally.
Yeah, I think that's really unfortunate, and we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Did you have any like flat out cons that you were just like, I just really didn't like this about the series?
Um, I don't think so. I don't think there was anything where I was like, oh,
Yeah, I don't either.
I was pretty pleased.
I was very impressed with it. It definitely, even though it wasn't what I initially thought it was going to be, I was really happy with what we got.
I will say for me, like the reveal for the stranger was very predictable, and it was one that most people guessed like from the trailer.
I mean, I didn't, so I was pleasantly surprised and very happy because he's gorgeous. Um, so that was okay. That was cool for me.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, so
Anyways,
let's talk a little bit about why the show didn't get a second season and the controversy and once again the fandom of Star Wars.
yeah, so this is the kind of stuff that makes it really hard to be a Star Wars fan.
Um,
Like wolf, there's that saying that goes around that's nobody hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans.
it's true.
This was a shining example. Um, we had already seen it before because this happened to Moses with the Kenobi series.
Mhm.
Um, it was just really sad to see it happen again here with Amanda. And and then for it to not even end there, but it's like they like everybody got attacked for one reason or another. And there was such like a formal like hate campaign with the review bombing and all this stuff. It was just so radical.
Yeah, it's really weird. Um, I don't know why people can't just accept that, like, oh, maybe this isn't for me then, and move on with their lives.
Yeah.
You know, like I, as much as I like Andor, there are parts of it where I'm like, oh, this is really boring. But maybe it's not for me, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Any new content that brings people to the fandom keeps the IP alive and allows us to continue to enjoy content. I don't understand why it has to be like as gatekeeping that it always ends up being. And Lord of the Rings is very similar as far as IPs and toxic fandom. We
Mm.
have our own struggles in that fandom about, especially with racism and
Yeah.
all of that kind of stuff. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It never has. He consumes the darkness within.
Hmm. Anyways, we're here to make you laugh, everybody. um, no, it's just so fucking sad.
It really is.
You know,
When I saw that they finally the news finally came up that they got canceled, I was really upset.
yeah, which I feel like so they said that based on what it costs to make the show, they didn't get enough numbers, which is fair. Maybe that's true. I don't remember what their budget was like. Um, but when it was all said and done, it was one of their top streaming shows.
Yeah, I don't.
So what that means is one of two things. So either it was performing better than what they were saying or thought, but the other part is maybe it's that people aren't engaging as much with streaming in general as they were hoping.
Mhm.
Um, and so, while yes, one of the most viewed shows still isn't what they were hoping that would be. So I know they're reevaluating kind of all streaming stuff. I will say that just kind of on the business end, but it
I
just seemed
hate
like a pointed attack on Star Wars by announcing their cancellation, making sure people knew.
I hate when it becomes about that and it's no longer about just telling a good story.
Yeah,
Like
I hear
everything
you.
has to be put through a metric or through viewership or through, shareholder perspectives. And it's never just about this is a really good story and I want to tell this story. And fans will either like it or won't like it. And it is what it is. I find like when people do that and tell a story like that, it tends to be very successful.
Yeah, I will say if it had been 8 episodes, like episode 5, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah, it's true.
Because everybody, even the haters, were like, "Well, maybe
Yeah.
this isn't so bad,"
Do
and
you
then we went right
think
back
it would
into
have
it.
done better as a film than it as streaming?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I think it should. Or two.
Yeah.
Or three. Okay, so canceling was is super bummer. So let's do something a little lighter. I wanted to touch a little bit on favorite characters and actors and standouts for you. Who were some that were like really like wow?
Wow.
I know we touched a little bit on Lee Jun Jae. Um,
You
what
know
did
who
you?
really? No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what did you feel about Master Soul as a character altogether? Since he was kind of a focal point of the whole sort of show.
I thought he was a creepy fucking idiot.
Okay, thank you. Especially by the time we get to that like flashback from the Jedi's perspective, I'm like, why are you so fucking obsessed with this? This is weird.
Yeah, it's
Weird.
really bizarre. It's not okay.
That was weird. And that's not a reflection on Lee. The character is just really fucking weird.
Yeah, it is weird. It's just bizarre. Bizarro land.
Especially because we've highlighted now that the Jedi are like, oh, no attachment.
Uh-huh.
We're all fucking feeling ourselves and our positions of power. And here he's got this massive fucking attachment to this girl, this one of the twins. And like no one's like, hey, You're looking a little attached there. Oh, that's not true because what's her name? Indara says it to him. Like, hey,
Yeah.
what's our motivation here? You know, let's stop and consider. I really liked her. She seemed like the only Jedi voice of reason.
Yeah. I really liked Jackie.
Oh my god, right? Oh, it was so sad when she died because it was so brutal. Spoiler. Um,
Yeah.
that really, I was really shook. I was really surprised by that.
Yeah, she got Casey Becker just like
Yeah,
gutted. Um, I will say Yord grew on me quite a bit.
he did. He did.
Yeah. I understand Yord.
I do think the purpose of his character was to show the arrogance of the Jedi. And once I
Yeah.
understood that as his purpose,
Success.
yeah, once I understood that as his purpose, I was like, okay, now I fuck with you. I see what you're doing. And he
Yeah.
had that one shirtless scene, and I was like, okay, okay, Yord.
Okay.
Okay, Yord. I'm here
Jedi
for it.
Council Master Zach.
I would never.
It's like heard someone's becoming a knight today.
Just wanted to stop by and say congratulations.
Uh,
Okay, but you can't deny this show had like this show had everything for the girls and gays. Like this was we were fed. I was here for it. I was here for it. And I stand by that.
fucking slut.
Well, let's see who else did really good. Oh yeah, did we talked about Camille, Manny Jacinto. Like I was really here for that.
Yeah.
I was actually okay in a non like slutty fangirling way. I was really, really excited for him because I really liked him in The Good Place. Like he's a really fun character there. So it was really cool seeing him
Like
flex.
you want
Huh?
him in all your good places.
I do. Seeing him flex his acting muscle for Star Wars was really impressive and very exciting. I thought that was really cool for him. So I was happy to see him in a major IP like Star Wars. Aside from him being super attractive and all of that, I can put that aside. I do think he did a really, really good job.
I hope you get to meet him.
I don't know if I can. I feel so dumb.
You're like, hi, I
Especially
just want to talk about your acting muscle.
yeah, especially if he's a friend of the pod. Like I'd be like, oh god.
Yeah, he's one of the three people.
Yeah. Well,
He's
maybe.
in the
Who knows?
mid-size van.
I don't know. Someone's gonna send him this and be like, watch this queer thirst over you for an hour.
On a loop.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm sure he knows that he's gorgeous. Um, who else? I really think that Amanda did a really good job. I liked both May and Osha as characters. I thought they were really interesting.
I liked them more than I thought. I overall I like kind of May's arc, but eh, you know,
You meh, in the
I'm
words of
like
RuPaul.
they can get a book. Um, I would like to have more Plagueis stuff though, please.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was so excited. And then to see everyone turn around and say that, oh, they just threw that in. Like, well, no, this actually makes sense for him to be poking around. Like, if you read the
Yeah.
book, you would know. Everyone, please go read Plagueis. It is such a good book. It's so cool. Like,
And we've
just
covered it here.
do it. Yes. Do it.
Let's
And it was
go.
really, really cool to see him.
Yeah, I don't think that I mean I did like Master Venestra.
I wish we got
No.
more of her. I don't feel like we got enough of her.
Yeah, that was my only issue, is that like she didn't really do anything. And then I really liked Master Indara, Carrie Ann Moss's character,
Mm-hmm.
who seemed to be the only one on her little merry band of Jedi planet hoppers that seemed to be worth a damn.
Yeah. Who seemed to really get the mission.
Yeah. So kudos to her. R.I.P. bitch.
It's kind of giving like how Qui-Gon was.
Uh-huh.
Like the only one who really like saw it for like what it was. It was like
They would have hung out.
Yeah,
for
it
sure.
would have been really cool.
They would have hung out. They probably would have been lovers.
Ooh, I kind of like that.
I know you do, you fucking sicko.
Can someone explore that visually? That'd be really cool. Thank you.
Ooh,
So the future of Acolyte, or lack thereof, I guess.
oh,
So okay,
wow.
so Grady, is there any hope? Are we ever going to get anything else about these characters, or is it just dead in the water and we should all just grieve silently?
Oh, it's dead.
I hate that for
Thanks for listening.
and for everybody else.
Yeah, I haven't heard about anything. They are covering some stuff in comics, like Jackie, I think, got her own comic or something like that. And
Spoiler:
the
we know what happens
twins I know got a comic, I think, and were included on some variant arts and stuff like that. But that's pretty much it. And there's a couple novels. There's a couple Acolyte novels.
Okay. So go read those, kids.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. I would love to see more. I believe that it deserved a second season, and I think if it was one of its higher streaming shows, I feel like it would have been smart to maybe expand on that if it was the one
it
that
just
was
makes the
actually doing
choice
well.
not to do so even weirder. I really enjoyed Acolyte. I'm sad it's not coming back, as far as we know.
Yeah, no, not this time. But I'm glad we got it, and I hope we get something in its place that's done in a way that everybody's happy with.
Well, that's the thing. No one's ever going to be fully happy
Yeah.
with what they get. And that's part of the problem, that they keep trying to
Yeah.
make everyone happy.
Either way, I'm so excited to be back.
Yes.
Yeah, we're doing it, guys. Like, we're doing the thing. I think I'm making a show.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Yes. It's going to be a good season, you guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast. We're gonna be jet setting all over the world for you, and doing all that stuff. It's gonna be action packed as we bring our first trilogy of seasons to a close. All right. Well, thank you, Fierce Sensitives, for listening and or watching.
If you are listening to us on a podcast platform, we'd love it if you rate us and subscribe, and also leave a review.
If you are watching us on YouTube, and if you are, we love that for you. Hit the subscribe button to subscribe to the Planet Grady YouTube channel so you don't miss out on a single visual masterpiece we put out.
And you can follow us on Instagram at STAR GAYZ Official, and follow us individually. If you want to, follow me at Zach Baloney, or Zach_Baloney on Instagram.
And follow me on Instagram at Planet_Grady. And check us out on Blue Sky too.
Yes, we're there sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. We will be right here next week. So until then, watch The Acolyte if you haven't done that already. And maybe do something for yourself. Do some self-care. Especially if you're a Jedi Wookiee living in the woods,
Yeah.
And other than that, ultimately, may the fierce be with you.
Yes.